All right. So, who would like to do the recap?
Um,
I can if no one else wants to.
just getting my notes open. Hold on. You can do it if you'd like.
If you want to get your notes and go for it, you're
No,
welcome to
no,
it.
you can do it. I don't really like recapping, but I'd like to get my notes open anyway.
Okay. So last session we started out with meeting up with the head mage of the Adventurers Guild that we had come across to go over some more of the concerns that we had about them needing our blood. When we got there, we found out that the head mage was actually a mind flayer named Cranum. We talked to him a bit about himself before we jumped into all of the different blood stuff, and we learned that he believes he's the last of his kind. He told us that the mental web was destroyed during the multiplanar collapse, which basically eliminated the ability for mind flayers to procreate and wiped out a lot of the mind flayers who couldn't sustain themselves without that mental web. After a little while of that conversation about him, we asked for more information on the stuff, and he explained that our blood would be used to create a magic item known as a blood totem that would then be given back to us. The totem, when attuned to, would allow us to press it to a piece of paper or other such item to mark it as coming from us, and anyone else with their own blood totem that they were attuned to would know that that item came from us. Cranum then explains that our concerns could be valid in that the totem could be used to scry the person whose blood it was made with, but only if they had the totem in their possession. And as he said previously, we would have them on our person. He further explained that while we were attuned to the item, it would be basically undetectable by anyone looking for it unless they already knew that we had it or told them that we had it. He also explained that it was very safe and even offered to make ours in front of us, which we eventually agreed to. Once all of our totems were made, we were officially became a part of the Adventurers Guild, and Cranham offered us a job of going to search for some white iron crystal from a mountain slash volcano nearish by. He did warn us that there were some ogre goblins that were encountered in that area previously, and that we should be careful when we went that way. We agreed to go take a look, spent a few extra days training some feats and preparing some supplies before we headed off in that direction. We got there after about 2 weeks of travel, and we were able to spot some tracks that appeared to match the description of the ogre goblins. So we followed them to a cave further up the mountain. Sabo scouted out the cave and discovered that there were 6 of them in there, and there didn't appear to be any more outside. So he trapped the entrance except for a small footpath, and we decided to send Kevin in to go say hi while everyone else hid a short distance away. It turns out they didn't speak any of the languages that we did, so saying hi didn't work too well when Kevin approached. So one of them got up and motioned for him to leave. Kevin tried communicating, that didn't work, so they just motioned for him to leave again. Kevin, you know, seeing that this was a lost cause, turned around to leave, and as soon as he did, the ogre goblin tried to swing his axe and take Kevin's head off.
That was a mistake.
Unfortunately, Kevin doesn't die that easily, and the ogre goblin couldn't hit Kevin. So Kevin turned right back around and started wrestling him, and the fight started. Slowly but surely, the rest of the party joined in. Then the rest of the ogre goblins joined in. Uh, if several of them tried to surround Kevin and set off some of the traps in the process, injuring themselves. During the fight, a couple of them tried to jump over others to get towards the rest of the party towards the back and failed and knocked each other down. Saba was able to demoralize one of the ones in front, making it break down crying. Then Flurry hit the group with her dragon's breath, which significantly injured them and made them all start crying. Shortly after, the scary dragon lady made them give up, sit down, and throw their hands in the air. Um, and that wasn't good enough for most of the party, so Kevin decided to hold one of them while the rest of the party went and murdered the other five.
Nia was
Soon as
apparently
the other,
just sitting there.
yeah, Neo was just there. That's fine. As soon as the other five were uh, dead, Kevin decided to let the last one go, but it promptly ran straight into the remaining traps and got beheaded. So that didn't go so well, but we tried.
So hard. And got so far.
Once we finished that up, we looted the cave of all the usual stuff, or all the useful stuff, which included a small amount of white iron crystal, like we were sent to find, mostly in the form of some crude weapons. And then we continued up the mountain to look for a mine or something like it that this white iron crystal came from. Couple hours further up the mountain, we did find a mine shaft. Inside, there was a pulley system that we used to lower ourselves down the mine, and we looked around for a little while, but it looked like pretty much all of the white iron crystal had already been mined out of there a long time ago.
Except on the
We
deepest
es-
part, by the way. That's important.
oh, I'm getting to that. We kept going, Sabo leading, and he eventually found a ravine that had a few sections of white iron crystals still in it. But because the passage opened up a bunch, Sabo decided to make a perception check to see if there was anything living in that area. And it was a pretty good thing he did, because he saw tracks of a snake like creature that he estimated was approximately 10 feet in width, which he then assumed would mean it would probably be at least 500 feet in length. And the tracks were significantly fresher than the 10 years old that the rest of the mine looked. So with that new information, he immediately turned around, told us, and we all noped right out of the mine. We made it out safely, and then Kevin wanted to check the top of the mountain to see if it was in fact a mountain or a volcano, because we weren't sure. We got up towards the top and we discovered a purple obelisk with some arcane sigils and dwarvish writing on it. Sabo started looking into the arcane sigils while Kevin started reading the dwarvish writing. The writing said Rock's White Diamond Mine. And some of the letters were covered in dirt and dust and grime. So, in order to read it a little bit better, Kevin went to go brush off all the dirt. And as soon as he touched the obelisk, he disappeared. The rest of the party waited around for like a half hour to see if he was coming back or what happened, and he did not. Kevin found himself locked in a glass box next to the obelisk in what appeared to be some kind of museum. He looked around for any people, but there was no one. So he tried knocking on the glass. No one answered. So he broke the glass, and immediately a mage fire cannon was summoned and started charging up and shooting at him. Not entirely knowing what was going on, Kevin just wanted to see what this thing was doing, and got shot the first time, and it instantly started charging back up. He decided he didn't want to get shot again, so he touched the obelisk again and went back to his friends. Uh, After the rest of the party had waited there about half hour, they touched the obelisk to go follow Kevin, where they were immediately met with the mage fire cannon shooting at them. Flurry ended up taking the hit, and then everyone immediately went back.
Yeah, she ended up taking the
Uh,
hit for mysterious reasons that I don't know.
yeah, who knows why?
Who knows why? Completely mysterious reasons that no one would ever really be able to decipher.
That's correct. So when Kevin got back to where he assumed the rest of the party was, he didn't see his friends. The donkey was still there, but none of his friends were. So he figured that they went back and they were going to get shot by the cannon, so he had to go back and protect them. So he touched the obelisk again and went back towards the museum. Not long thereafter, the party appeared back on the mountain, still with Kevin not being there. And Sabo was able to realize that a lot of time had passed, and also that Kevin probably went back after them.
It is important to note that this was pretty much a Looney Tunes episode.
Yes, it was. It was, let's, go in the door, go out the door, go in the door, go out the door.
I could almost envision the Tom and Jerry theme playing.
Yes. Uh, they decided they were going to wait for Kevin, realizing that Kevin was probably just going to keep going back and forth if they did as well. So they sat there and waited. And after a while, a gnome with what appeared to be a bazooka showed up. He started looking around at the party, started mumbling some questions, and then realized there were only three of them. And he said there were supposed to be four. So he asked the rest of the party where the fourth person was. And they said that Kevin had probably gone back through the obelisk. Uh, and that they were waiting for him to come back. The gnome was a little disappointed, sighed, and teleported away and said he would be back. Kevin then arrived back in the museum with the glass box rebuilt around himself and the obelisk. And this time, Kevin spent a short amount of time knocking on the glass, but did not break it. And then decided, after spending some time there, to teleport back to his friends. Once he appeared back on the mountain the second time, the same gnome appeared with him, like slightly behind him. So Kevin went to go say hi to his friends, but was almost immediately interrupted by a bazooka tapping him on his shoulder from behind. So Kevin turned around, and the gnome then started interrogating Kevin and asking him if he had broken the gnome's glass. Kevin apologized, saying he didn't know that it was his glass. It explained what happened, that he was trying to get someone's attention, but no one was there. Uh, the gnome told Kevin to go stand by his friends, then questioned the group on whether or not he was lying. After we all came to the conclusion that the break in was not intentional, the gnome decided to give the party approximately an 8-minute head start, fired his bazooka straight up in the air, and then teleported away. So the party then immediately full sprinted down the mountain, as far away as they could get from that point where they anticipated the rocket would land. And as soon as it impacted a roughly 90-foot in diameter area, just completely vanished without a sound. And after a moment, debris started flying out from that area. Some from this plane, some from other planes. We didn't know what was going on.
And we didn't care
Sab
to say find out.
Nope. So Sabo and Nia were on the donkey and had successfully evaded all of the debris. Kevin and Flurry were on foot, so Kevin turned around and held up his shield to brace against the debris while Flurry hid behind him. Thankfully, that mostly worked, and Kevin didn't take too much damage, and Flurry was completely safe behind him, so we all survived. And that's about where we ended the session.
Yep. So picking up where we left off. You've all
I think we're
survived
heading
the
back to
debris.
town. I think we're all heading back to town.
All right.
No.
No?
Shouldn't we go check to make sure that there's not a giant hole in the mountain for that snake thing to escape out of?
Couldn't it just escape out of the regular mine? Was
I
that
mean,
ever something that it couldn't do? Because, like, it didn't
It
seem to
wasn't
block them.
that wide, so I'm assuming it could escape out of the regular mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason it wouldn't be able to
Okay.
escape out of the regular mine, except for the fact that it didn't seem to be able to climb up the 100-foot gap.
Would that have any reason to change now with a hole? It's not like a hole would be a conveniently sized stair.
Well, if it's not a vertical, maybe that changes. Fine, it's only 2 minutes. It's only a few minutes away. Let's go take a look.
I'd wait a bit to see if there's an avalanche or some kind.
yeah, the other part I wanted to look at was we weren't sure if this was a volcano or not. And if it's
Yeah.
going to be a volcano, that's going to be a problem that we need to evacuate much more immediately from.
Okay. Well, let's take a look. Yeah.
So you get up there. It's actually
Okay.
quite a clean cut, except for the fragments that appeared from other planes. You actually see several almost radiating chunks of pink purple crystal. There's a couple blue ones as well, but they're
Oh,
not
cool
radiating.
materials.
Can I take a closer look? Try to use craft as appraisal?
Yep, which ones would
Although
you like
that's
to take a
probably not
look
gonna
at?
work. I start with the purple ones, and I'll do the blue ones, and I'll do whatever other color they have.
Yeah, you pick up the purple ones to take in and examine them.
I would try avoiding picking up until I'm sure it's safe to pick up. Or until I'm relatively sure that they can be picked up. Touch them with a stick to begin with.
Yep, you touch it with a stick and nothing seems to happen. Do you try and move it with a stick?
Yeah.
You move it with a stick. Can I get a will save, please?
$35.
Yep. Can I get a reflex save as well?
Well, it's a 28 right now, but I might want to inspiration that.
Alright. So you touch a stone with the stick. You see the stick beginning to planar shift, and you manage to pull yourself back and resist the effect.
Okay, so when I moved the stone with the stick.
Yes.
Okay, don't touch the crystals.
Okay.
Don't probably after that thing. Just maybe don't touch anything here. This thing almost moved me somewhere. I don't want. I'm done. How does the top of the mountain look? So you said it's a clean cut. So there's no hole.
No,
That
there's
we
no
can
hole
see
to
of.
the lower area.
Well, Kevin, looks like your concerns are handled.
Yep.
Not a volcano, not a snake. Not a snake entrance.
Sounds good to me. And we're not touching any of the crystals.
Look, I touched one, and I don't think they're safe.
Well, yeah, but that one was all glowy like. The one over there isn't.
Is there a non-glowy one over there?
The blue ones.
So there's purple and blue.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not. I've touched one. I would
There
not.
was one too many.
Yes. I've had enough adventure for today of getting moved to a random place and almost murdered. Want to be back on my boat, sailing around and making shit.
You know what? I think you have a great point.
Okay, we can go then.
Um, the objects that came from other planes, is there any useful objects that, like, apart from the glowy crystals, but like,
Most of it was rock other than the glowy crystals.
right? So no, like, a weapon has landed.
No.
Well, you say most. That doesn't mean all. So, worth asking. No animals, no fauna, flora.
No flora, no animals. Just chunks of what appears to be rock.
Hmm.
Well, that's
Just because that's what it appears to be does not mean that is what it is.
I don't know. I kind of want to touch the blue one.
Do it. It's a terrible
gonna-
idea. You should do it.
Is there another stick nearby that I can poke the blue one with?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna poke the blue one with a stick.
All hail
Alright.
Kevin the Vanguard.
We'll save, please.
I am gonna re-roll
Negate.
that.
Negate. Dude, you're not helping me.
22.
Okay, reflex save.
I'm also gonna inspiration that one.
Go ahead.
Didn't help even a little bit. 19.
Okay. Believe it or not, Kevin vanishes.
well, I don't know how we can follow him through a interdimensional rock that probably leads to any place at all except
Do
the
you guys
one that we
ever
want to go to.
do you guys ever have that one friend where you say something jokingly to them and they actually do it? And it's like super stupid because I'm assuming Kevin said, "I kind of want to touch the blue one on purpose, like in character." I mean,
Yeah.
And Nia responded like jokingly, "That's a terrible idea. Do it." And then he did it. And now she's just staring at the position where he was at with a gobsmacked expression on her face, like she's not quite believing what just happened to her. Just
Oh, Nia, don't pretend like you didn't know this was gonna happen when you told him to do it.
I didn't think he'd take me seriously.
As that, you know what? Unlike the rock, I am not touching this thing to go into whatever is happening.
Do you think he can just touch the rock again and come back, or
No, I think that considering what happened here, my uneducated guess would be that Aboleth cannon, as the gnome referred it to, sent a chunk of this mountain to a random plane, and in place returned random crap from random other planes, and these crystals must be some kind of byproduct of this effect or magic that was still intact, and now Kevin has gone to the random plane, and there's no corresponding crystal on the other side to send him back. So, considering I'm not touching one of them to find out for sure.
well, to be fair, it is entirely possible that there is indeed a corresponding rock somewhere. It likely doesn't bring him to the same place, but as we mentioned, the cut in the mountain was kind of neat. This looks more like a translocation effect, a circumstance where what was here was placed somewhere else, and what was there was placed here. Then, well, just an evaporation of some kind. So maybe there's material from our plane in wherever he is, and then if he touches that, he ends up wherever it came from. The problem is that could be literally anywhere, right?
Well, let's hope there is, for Kevin's sake.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
the only question remains is how long are we going to camp here, hoping that he's gonna have something to touch on the other side?
no clue. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. This is so far beyond my area of expertise. Wow. Okay. She blinks a few times. You know, I was gonna ask if you thought there was a safe way to handle these things, but I'm going to assume that's a hard no.
I don't know. I mean, if he ever comes back here, chances are he's gonna make it back to the city.
Let's hope that. I'm just Okay, so I'm not saying we should touch these things, right? Because that's a terrible idea. That's what I said. Terrible idea. That's what I told Kevin, by the way. Terrible idea. I did immediately after they do it, but I didn't think it. Anyway, let's not get into that before I start feeling bad. These things send you to some other plane, right?
We don't know, but that's what we assume.
Well, aren't like magical effects like that like really expensive? Couldn't we sell these shit?
How do we pick it
If-
up if it's gonna send
Yeah,
us
like I
to
said,
another
if
plane?
there was a safe way to handle it, that's why I asked it.
Look, get back to town.
Oh, we could
We
talk to
talk to
the
we talk to the head
trainer dude.
mage. We tell him what happened. See what he says.
Yep, let's do
I'm
that.
gonna put up a little sign here for Kevin, and I hope to God he can read, although he hasn't shown any proficiency so far.
I'm gonna put a few signs around pointing to the sign Kevin to the sign Saba put up for Kevin. In case it doesn't end up in the exact same place.
Alright. Kevin,
Yes.
you appear on a floating Sorry, I'm just double checking. Actually, I'll let you roll the D1000. Roll a D1000.
450.
Okay, give me a minute.
What happened if you crit that?
You appear right next to Leuven in the 11th circle of hell.
You appear in the real world.
Oh, yeah.
You're back at the island.
Oof.
You get shipbuilding.
Alright. You appear in what appears to be some sort of chamber. There is dark stone tiles below your feet. In front of you is a silver door about 30 feet high.
Hey, I know that rock.
What languages
It's a
can
good
you
rock.
speak?
I can speak human, celestial, dwarven, and Jotun.
You cannot read the words written along and inscribed into the door.
And it's just basically like a rectangular chamber with dark stone all around and just a giant door.
Yep, there doesn't appear to be... Well, it's not exactly rectangular. There's a flat wall, and then the rest of it actually circles around.
So like
There's
a half
no other
circle?
doorway.
So a weird shaped room with nothing but a door. All right. Well, I can't read the door, so let's open the door.
Athletics check.
Here's Kevin. Imagine if it was one of us, Sabo.
Look, if it was one of us, we wouldn't have ended up in a nice room with a door. We would have been on that fucking rock with nothing else there.
I am going to +5 that, make that a 36.
36 is a failure.
Well, huh. Well, Kevin's gonna wander around the room for a little bit, see what he can see. I'm assuming he finds literally nothing else, and then he's gonna go back and try the door.
These stones are impeccably made.
That's fair. He would notice that. He is a rock dwarf. Well,
Alright.
whoever made this room is an excellent craftsman.
So, with everyone else, you're heading back to town?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Same movement speed as before?
Considering we don't have the Kevin, I guess we can't go fast. I'm not sure. Or should we still go fast?
Probably better not to risk too many encounters, but at the same time, we don't know where he is, so could be an emergency. Oh, fuck, let's go fast.
Yeah, we don't really have time to waste, so we can just go fast.
Alright. Can I get 5d10, please?
Yeah, sorry. Sabo, can you roll?
Yes.
And
Okay.
a navigating check from one of you.
That's what, survival?
Survival is one of them.
Okay, survival.
There's a 1 on the last one.
There it is.
Roll the
31.
1.
A 3.
You come across a corpse hanging from a tree.
Oh?
Fresh.
No. As
Cool.
you get closer to it, it appears to be undead. It's moving, but it's stuck, hanging by a rope.
What kind of undead? Intelligent undead?
It's saying something, but on repeat.
What is the thing?
Save me, save me, save me.
You wanna save a thing?
Not really. I
You wanna kill
mean,
it then?
let's take a look. I'm gonna assume there's absolutely no rush to get to that undead, and I'm going to start by carefully exploring or investigating what's around here, making sure it's not a trap.
Alright. Do you have detect magic?
I do have that cantrip, yes.
There is powerful magic hanging from the rope. Like, the rope itself is powerful magic.
How powerful? I don't really know. I do get the 4th rank heighten, so I can pinpoint it, so I know it's the rope. Okay. It's not I don't know if we should really touch it. The rope is very special, and then these people here don't like undead. It would kind of make sense it's here.
You wanna kill it then?
Actually,
Because,
it's
like,
hard to
I'm gonna
say.
be honest, I don't particularly care about saving it one way or the other, but I do think it is fucked up to just leave. So if we don't decide to save it, let's just kill it to put it out of its misery, if that makes sense.
I don't know if it's safe to kill it. Is everything else? There doesn't seem to be any other traps.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know if I want to even touch that rope. I really just would rather leave. I don't know. Based on the studies with Leuven, what do we think about this undead of its kind of type
Well, if it's not
power?
intelligent, then it's been programmed to save us on repeat.
If it's been programmed to save this on repeat, perhaps it's
Yeah, it's probably something about the rope and not the undead itself. Let's.
well, I don't. You see, I don't know. I think that it just seems like a trap.
I agree.
I don't want
If it's
to.
not intelligent, James, does it have the white pupils?
Nope. Sorry, it has the
I don't
weapons
want
So
to.
pupils.
So it's not talent. Let's leave.
And yeah, it's fine. I don't want to get close enough to find out what the trap is.
I mean, my objective was to just shoot it, but you know what? I don't care enough. Let's leave.
Oh,
I'm gonna note down on that where this thing is on the map, James. Like roughly.
Okay.
And let's go. Bye.
Get back to town.
Off I go, looking for the dude.
Alright, you get to the guild hall. The person at the
May
desk
talk to the
stands up.
May we talk to the Archmage, please?
Is this a priority?
well,
Fine.
maybe not, but we have completed a job for him.
Yeah, specifically from him personally. We'd like to report it to him.
If this is a priority, I can make the meeting happen immediately. If it is not a priority, he is next free in a couple days.
I
No,
think a couple of days will be. Actually,
No, in that case,
considering
it's a priority.
Kevin,
Yeah.
Mm.
You could wait a few
Priority it
hours, a
is.
few days.
The guy gets up and leaves the room.
Okay.
He returns about 40 minutes later. Please follow me.
thank you.
Okay.
You're brought into a room where there appears to be 4 spellcasters casting a spell. The Mind Flayer approaches you all.
Hello.
Yes, I heard it's a priority.
Yes, we have completed the mission. But
Good.
there were a few.
Where is Kevin?
That's
Yeah,
the
so-
issue.
That's the problem.
I'm gonna brief him on the magic cannon situation and the crystals and the Kevin being Kevin and touching one of them after being told not to.
Also, the potential issue of there being a gnome who can freely teleport there with that kind of firepower. And
Well,
willing
he
to
can't
use it
teleport
willy-nilly.
there anymore because everyone because he destroyed the thing.
He teleported away and back without.
I think he moved himself in time. I don't think he teleported away, but it's okay.
Alright.
Anyway, we'll brief and I'm sorry. I don't really know if this is a priority or not. I mean, I always knew it's
The
bound
loss
to
of one
happen
ally
sooner or
is
later
a
with Kevin.
priority, but I'm sorry, I don't think there's much I can do.
That's okay. I figured it was at least worth asking.
Yeah, if you can just
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, he has a way to come back. This is
hope.
gonna be a pain. No, he does. I point to my finger.
What is your finger?
He has the ring.
Ah, of course he has the ring.
What ring?
Not
Fair enough.
a ring.
Some kind of magic item.
Yeah.
An item of teleportation?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I see. That could indeed work then.
Yep. So
But could you clarify to us what those crystals were, if you know?
I have no idea.
I see. So your guess is probably as good as ours. Or maybe better.
Okay.
You're much more intelligent than us and experienced.
Well, this is my best guess, and I've got no idea if this is even close to right. They could be anchor stones. Basically, waystones to specific locations. But if they are, then they're temporary. Created in teleportation flux, they will be gone within a month or so. If they are that, then using the same one will take you to the same place. But conjuration is not even close to my specialty.
makes sense. The
Well,
problem is, even if we manage to go back there to the exact place that Kevin went there, remember the exact stone that he touched, we don't really have a way to do a rescue operation, do we?
no. And we'd rather not put extra strain on that particular teleportation item.
Yes. I just hope he's, I just hope he remembers to actually use it. It is a last resort, but it's better than nothing.
Oh.
There's not much we can do, I suppose.
Yes, we wait a bit and see if Kevin shows up.
I will apologize to Cranium for interrupting his ordeal and ask if there's anything important that is happening. And if this has anything to do with the
We're trying to
issue he
create
was
a
having
spell
when last we
kite.
spoke.
What's a spell kite?
A method of transporting magic from region to region.
Cool.
You put them high above the clouds, and then you basically beam the magic to it.
Why would we want to do that?
Oh, a satellite.
A what?
Some kind.
A-
Apologies, just terminology from elsewhere. James, it will be a bit like a satellite, right? In meta.
Technically?
Or
I
is it a bit
suppose
more
so.
like a yeah, it's pretty much like a satellite, yeah. It's in lower, it's lower than in orbit, I presume, but still.
So the purpose of this is to beam magic from one location to another.
There's not enough magic in other locations.
Well, it allows more consistent experimentation.
I see. Sounds like
Does
a
it allow
useful thing.
does it allow for translocation of specific magical effect or just pure magical energy?
This one's designed for pure magical energy, though you could probably create a more advanced version that could handle translocation of magical effects.
Orbital count? Hate Sabo.
The amount of magic
What?
you would need to get up there for such a cannon, you would need 100 of these satellites at least.
Nothing that a big nation with enough time couldn't afford, I presume.
Well, each one of these satellites costs nearly 100,000 gold.
A big nation doesn't have 100,000 gold? Like, sorry, a few 100 million?
Well, they do. But I can't imagine that one would expend such an expense on this.
Well, if people
Oh.
here are anything like they are back home, people will spend exorbitant amounts of money to have the bigger gun.
And that sound right.
I hadn't thought of the application for violence with this.
Let us hope that no one else does, but with technology, assuming that too translates from back home, it is only a matter of time before benign inventions are used for violence. Such is the march of war.
Curious.
What?
I hadn't thought of it that way, but thank you.
It is of no concern. I am glad to have offered some insight. We will be taking our leave now.
But I
Well, I will,
suppose before we leave, how much of the as I'll fill them in on the fact that we only found 6 goblin ogres and that they had some white iron crystal. There was a mine, but the mine is empty, apart from the deep part of the mine where there's seems to be a huge snake that we didn't want to encounter. And we have some sample of the crystal. And
That is
how much of this
fantastic
crystal?
news.
Right. How much of the crystal would you like us to leave?
You can keep any
I reckon I
samples
have
that you
about.
got.
All right.
I just needed
Okay.
proof that it was there. I'll be sending an expedition party and then a settlement party to go and settle a mine.
The snake.
I'll have a group of adventurers deal with it.
Hmm.
You all wouldn't happen to be interested in the task?
We are
Potentially.
not quite sure about how strong the snake is.
Yes, we'd have to scout it out first. So I suppose we shouldn't take it
Well,
off the table.
while we tried to scout it out, it really seemed like it could be a bit much.
Maybe indirect wolf has something of that size can possibly manage to travel around easily, and it does seem to be stuck. Perhaps some sort of gas attack? I don't know.
We don't even know what it is and what kind of gases would be weak to.
That is true.
I'm just concerned, like those goblin ogres, they barely winced at my traps. It's gigantic. It's probably not gonna care. How many would we need to put down to?
A considerable amount, yes. The adventures don't seem very common, so.
When we got this guild thing, did we get assigned some kind of rank of adventurer?
No.
But we got tested. Um, would you the tests reveal something about our competency as adventurers?
The tests reveal your fields.
Uh, see, so, but I imagine that there are adventurers much more skilled than us, considering we've only been around for a few years.
That is true, but whether they'll take a job with the amount that we're willing to pay them.
Mm.
Something to look into the future. I presume you're sending a scouting party first before anything else?
You all were the scouting party.
Huh. Let's hope Kevin uses the whatever means he has to come back sooner rather than later.
Quick, AFK, I'll be right back.
Alright, let's leave the guy to his fate.
Alright,
Mhm.
what are you going to do?
By the way, the goblin thingies, what were they called? Goblin ogres?
Goblin ogres.
Did
We
they have
haven't
any
been-
swords?
No, they had the axes.
Did
And the
they?
shards.
Would you mind giving us the XP for them, please?
Sure.
But speaking of swords,
I'm back.
I can craft some new things now, and with the new material as well.
$5,357 each.
Neat.
What is that number for?
XP.
That is for the murdering of the goblin ogres. So,
Got it.
Kevin,
Yes.
you've been struggling to get this door open and it hasn't moved at all. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna knock on the door as loud as I can to see if anyone on the other side of the door opens it for me.
Okay, you hammer on the door, and there is a very faint echo as the vibrations travel through the door. There is no knocking from the other side.
Is there any kind of keyhole or anything for the door that I can see?
Nope. No sort of keyhole.
I think Kevin's gonna probably spend several hours, probably up to a day or two, just trying to knock every once in a while and pry the door open and see if he can open the door at all.
Alright. Here's an actual image of the room. The light coming from above appears to be some sort of lantern. So it gives you light to the whole area.
Huh. I'm assuming after a while that the door's still not budging, Kevin's gonna try to like carefully pry up some of the tiles.
Alright, what would you like to use to pry them up? What are you using to pry them up?
Probably corner of the shield if I can get it to work.
Corner of a shield's a bit too big.
I'm assuming I can't do it by hand either.
No, your fingers would be way too big.
Then I don't think I necessarily have anything that would be durable enough and thin enough. Closest thing I think I have is like my eyeglasses that would be thin enough, but those are never going to hold that weight. If prying the tiles doesn't work, then he's going to do a thorough inspection of everything around the room. Make sure he doesn't miss a thing.
Alright. You have counted every single brick. All of them.
Perfect.
They are all so well made. So what's everyone else doing?
May I inquire about Kevin? I'm very curious to know if Kevin has licked every single brick as well, just to make sure.
No, not yet.
Okay. Um,
Kevin, the secret ooze.
You know, there's an archetype for that.
there is. I guess I'm going to go and I'm going to sell back the donkey.
Alright, pleasure doing business with you.
Um,
Is this the city where Blade is?
Yes. No,
I'm gonna barter
that's
with
one
Blade.
away, I believe. Let me check the map.
well,
No, it is.
Okay, I'm gonna go barter with Blade. I'm gonna get a sword, like, in a small shop somewhere and barter with Blade. Just for the pleasure of it. Spend like 2 hours doing that. Social obligations.
Alright. What about you, Sabo?
I need to go oversee the upgrades and repairs to the ship. Make sure that they're getting completed nicely. Get that
Alright.
thing ready to go.
So you're traveling back there. Kevin,
Yes.
you've counted every brick. It took you days, you think. Maybe weeks.
And still the doors do not open.
Correct.
Has Kevin tried both push and pull on the doors?
I really hope so.
Because if not, he's going to try the other one.
It's not really a thing to pull on, but you do your best.
Okay.
They do not open.
Okay. Well, Kevin is pretty much completely at a loss for what to do in this situation, so he's going to just periodically try to knock on the door and pull the door and push the door for a while longer. Push on every brick now that he's counted them to see if any of them move.
Alright. None of them move. You've pushed on every brick you can reach.
I'm assuming the walls are too smooth to climb.
Correct.
Well, having all of that failed him, Kevin's going to try to lay on hands the door. See if channeling magic into it does anything.
Nothing seems to happen.
I'm assuming this room is remarkably clean as well.
Yep, no dust. Other than the dust you've brought in.
And Kevin's gonna just start trying weird nonsense now. He's gonna like cut his hand a little bit and try to bleed on the door. See if the door responds to that.
The door begins to open.
Okay.
On the other side, you see a stone abyss, really. There's no other way to describe it.
Just kind of like barren wasteland of stone.
Yep.
Well, Kevin's gonna keep careful note of where this room and this door is, and then go exploring.
How much food does Kevin have?
Hopefully at least 8 days worth. That's what it's currently at.
I think he usually carries about 10 rations on him. But he is a survivalist and a forager, so he can probably be all right. He literally
Alright.
has the forager feat where if he's using survival to subsist, if he rolls any result worse than a success, he gets a success. So Kevin's going to explore the abyss.
What Kevin finds is this place is actually a giant chamber. It's incredibly long and large, but it is actually a round chamber as well.
Is there an even bigger door?
No, but there is another door. Would you like to head to the middle of the room?
Is the next door in the middle?
No, the
Or
next
where I
door
came-
is along the edge.
Is where I came from in the middle?
No, where you came from is the opposite side.
Yeah, I'll head towards the middle.
Alright. Are you sure?
Kevin, don't
Yeah.
free the Dark One, please.
Do it. Free the Dark One.
This place has nothing to do with the Dark One.
Free the
Okay.
slightly less dark one.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to go towards the middle.
Does he have any reason not to go to the middle?
Not that I'm aware of.
Common sense. So no.
Ah,
Rude. Not untrue, but still. Don't gotta point it out, do you?
I mean, the fastest way from my door to the other door is through the middle.
Sorry, just updating some very old art into a more modern version.
No worries.
There we go.
Got you digging back in the archives, I guess.
This is a very, very old module. You see this.
That's wonderful. How large is that?
I clicked the wrong channel, so I just got the cat picture in the shipper general.
So you see one of its teeth?
Uh-huh.
That's how big Kevin is.
Perfect.
Looks
I believe.
wonderful.
Yeah,
No,
man.
make friends, Kevin.
And where is this thing?
In the dead center of the room.
Does it see me?
It can't not see you. It's got over 1,000 eyes on its body.
I was kind of looking at that, yeah. Okay, cool. Kevin's gonna approach and say hello.
It lets out a screech. Okay, reflex save. I need 5 of them. 5 of them.
Please don't die immediately, Kevin.
I'm not sure what needs to happen for Kevin to gain at least a shadow of an instinct of self-preservation.
Use the ring, Kevin. For the love of God, use the ring.
26, fail, 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 fail. This is all piercing damage.
Holy. Are you using the piercing?
Nope.
As the tendrils on it shoot off while still being connected to it, they basically grow out rapidly and they skewer into you.
Well, let's see. That is Kevin's current health.
A good amount.
He's not dead outright.
He's fine. Kevin doesn't die. Kevin never dies.
As soon as possible, Kevin would like to use his divine gift.
Alright.
Should I roll that now?
Yes.
Negative 100. Negative 86. Negative 79.
Yeah, see, he's fine.
Negative 65. Negative 53. negative 47. And negative 39 is where he ends up.
Yeah, he's fine.
And then he's eaten.
Perfect.
Celestial regeneration.
So,
I have a
Kevin,
question.
you're floating in the void of memories.
Hmm.
You can see your life story. It's slow. Would you like to stay here and watch
James,
for a while?
James, can I point out something that happened in game that I think people might have forgotten about?
Sure.
When Nia told the guys, everyone, what happened to her in her reincarnation, she mentioned how it seemed a lot longer outside than it was for her inside the Ocean Her Life. So that's something they would all know.
Yep.
Yep.
Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah,
Can
we
we
remember Nia was missing for a year.
almost a year?
So
Well, I
you
gotta mention
reject
it, don't
these
I?
visions for almost immediately?
Yeah.
Okay. You suddenly wake up and you've got several spikes through your body. You can see a hand, realizing that it's your own. It's about 10 feet away from you, just skewered through on the inside of this creature. It seems to be just as spiky inside as it is out.
Huh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Question, James. Does he have his own hand?
Yes, his body regenerated as best as it could with the spikes in it.
What happens with his items?
Probably on the old hand. And the
Well,
old body.
there's bits of him all over the place. Most of his gear's also all over the place. He appears to have regenerated from the largest chunk of himself that was left. You know, right now you're relatively safe. As long as the creature doesn't move too much, you're not going to get spiked, and it doesn't seem to move unless it has a reason to. But if you move off of these spikes, you're going to start bleeding out, taking 1d6 bleeding damage each round.
Well, that is mighty unfortunate. I'm gonna take like 10 minutes or so to refocus, make sure I can get my lay on hands charges back.
Alright.
And then I am going to carefully remove myself from the spikes. What health should I be at right
1.
now? Oh, never mind. I am going to heal myself a bunch before removing myself off the spike. So I'm gonna do, lay on hands, refocus, lay on hands until I have
Yep.
at least half of my health back before I try to remove myself from the spikes.
Alright.
Is something going on?
Just wait for them to finish their math.
Oh, I was just gonna assume that I would, call it at half hit points. Um, so it's 30 hit points per cast. We'll do 3 casts to put me at 91 hit points. So that'll take 30 minutes to do. Then I'll spend another 10 minutes to refocus before I take myself off of the spike. Kind of check should I use for removing the spikes from myself.
James?
Albert rather slow today.
Oh, got it.
Hey, James, you there?
Yeah, he sent a message in Shippers General that he knocked his mic out and he's almost got it fixed.
Right, there we go. Sorry about that. Right, so while that's going on, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, Sabo.
Mm-hmm.
The elapsed time approaches for the ship modifications.
Okay.
Kevin has yet to arrive back.
Well, how is the ship going? Everything's done?
Everything that was planned to be done in the dock has been done, but not everything is done. You were planning on getting some stuff done while at sea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I guess I would contact Nia and ask how much does Nia want to wait for Kevin, because the ship is
She
almost ready.
doesn't really know. He was hopeful he'd have shown up already. Let's wait another, let's say, a week or so? 2 weeks? And then if he's not back by the time those 2 weeks are gone, we meet up and discuss what we do next.
All right, I can make myself busy for a couple of weeks.
Alright.
Like, you guys waited for Nia, so... Well, you didn't wait. You just stayed there for a year.
Didn't really have much choice.
So she doesn't really want to just willy-nilly abandon him, but at the same time, like, she's gonna wait as long as she thinks it is reasonable for him to survive in the like, random wilderness of outer space, so to speak.
So we know
Outer
that
planes.
Kevin had 10 days of food, and it's been
Yeah.
over 10 days already.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give him like another week or so as a grace period, but she's starting to assume that, you know,
Alright. Kevin?
all she can do is pray at this point. Well, I'd say that, but she doesn't pray to anyone.
What would you like to do? You've healed yourself up enough? At least what you've judged as enough?
Yep. And then I'm gonna try to remove myself from the spikes.
Alright. You've pulled yourself off, you're now bleeding at 1d6 bleed damage per round. What would you like to do first?
Lay on hands to try to heal those puncture wounds.
Alright.
And then I would like to climb around to see if I can find Leuven's anchor.
Make me a
So I'm
perception
assuming-
check.
29.
Okay. Make me a stealth check.
If you have a theme, now's the time.
I don't.
I was afraid you were gonna say that.
You pull yourself up and then you snap one of the bones. You do see the hand though.
I'm going to go
Make me a
over
reflex
to it.
save.
Yeah.
as the stomach closes in on you like a trash compactor, skewering into you.
I am going to re-roll that with advantage.
Alright, roll again.
Wow. Okay.
93
Your
points of
life
piercing damage.
Say again.
93 points
Your
of
life
piercing damage.
Per.
Your life today would be so much better if you actually rolled well on something.
If you rolled well at any point in this would have stopped. If your dice just went above a 10, you would be okay. Unfortunately, you're playing D&D and you only brought D6s.
That's right. All right. Kevin is still alive with 28 hit points.
Yep, and he's restrained.
Can you grab the hand?
He needs to move to it. Currently, there's a dozen spikes through his body.
Perfect. Well, same plan. Heal, refocus, heal, refocus, heal, refocus. And let's try this again.
So that's why it takes him like weeks to come back to us.
Yep.
After about 10 minutes of spikes being all through you, the top layer of spikes retract as it seems like the creature's breathing out.
Okay.
You are
Bleed
now taking the bleed damage.
That 10 minutes should have given me time to refocus, right?
Sure.
Okay. So he's gonna heal that. Okay. And then still same plan of try not to die.
Alright. You pull yourself up. Stealth
Yep.
check.
I would have, waited and healed up again first, but yeah.
Alright. I'm fairly sure I've got a good idea of what the loop is at this point.
Yep.
Make me the stealth check.
Oh, sorry, that should be too lower. And with advantage again.
Today is just not your day.
So 15.
Okay. The creature spikes you again. The spikes retract quicker this time, then they spike you again.
Oh no.
And it's going to continue to do that until you have stopped moving.
Yay.
You appear in the void again.
Alright. Well, this is clearly not working the way I intended it to, so knowing that time passes differently, I'm gonna this time start watching the memories for a while.
Alright.
How long?
Kevin needs time to think.
Yeah.
How long are you staying there?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Well, at least let's find out Kevin's backstory before we have to.
Kevin will probably watch for. Let's see. How long did Nia watch for? You said like several hours, I think.
It was 9 hours, right, James?
Nia spent most of the day.
So Kevin's gonna spend like a perceived 2 or 3 hours, I think. Kevin is mostly hoping that this thing spits out his body parts at some point, or something happens to where he's not ending up inside of this thing later.
Now that Kevin has already declared his action, can I tell him what I would do in the situation?
Roll a new
Nope.
character.
Nope. Hear me out. Wait, I can't tell. Okay.
This is who you are, Kevin.
Okay. Okay, the first sentence, I love it already.
Okay. So, what is everyone doing?
Well, I'm assuming Kevin doesn't come back after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks, he doesn't. Kevin is gone.
Well, we're gonna leave word with the guild in case Kevin does come back.
Yep.
That we plan to return here at some point.
Probably intermittently, seeing as the district's generally good for business.
Yeah, but for now, we do need to go and make some trading happen.
We can come back here every 2 months or so, right?
2 months is not really enough to get anywhere, but yes.
Alright. Where would you guys like to head?
Do we have any? So we had that barbarian village that we visited and cleared out. Did we have any other pointers?
That was the furthest thing south that they had found.
Okay.
Maybe we should go southeast. I
If
don't think we've
well,
gone that
also
direction yet.
the other thing is If Tyrion thinks that it's nice for us to go back to his hometown for trading, we can do that.
He honestly doesn't think that the wealth of his hometown justifies going back there.
Okay, so we go look for a new town.
Okay.
I suppose we can go and explore further south. Unless they have a map to a town for us to go to.
So the only other town is one of its own nation, and it is quite far south on the left-hand side. They have reason to believe that there's no... you can't basically travel much further than that. There are water stops.
What do you mean water stops?
The water stops traveling south.
Then land
Just-
starts.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Because if
So-
Mia finds out it's a flat Earth, she's gonna go feral.
Well, time for that. Okay, do they think that we should go in a different direction to find? Because I'm assuming there's already enough trade between the cities of this nation, and the money is not to be made with this trade.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Sabe?
I'm assuming that there's not much money to be made trading between the cities of this one nation, so we should head elsewhere. But do they have a suggestion? So it would be really nice if we could see the map, because this is very abstract. Alternatively, you can just give a good suggestion and we'll do that.
Where did I post... Where did I post a map that you guys had access to?
I have never seen it, I don't think.
Is that is possible that
Flurry
I have
didn't
Maybe
share
I'm
it.
wrong.
one? That is tremendously amusing.
I'm confused.
There was a map that he sent to Flurry, and Flurry didn't share it.
Okay, well, why would only Flurry have access to it?
Because Flurry's been the only one trying to keep track of things with a map.
Mia's
It's
also
not
doing
that they would be the only one who had access to it, it's just they're the one who've been making it, so I left it up to them to share. But, since they're not here, I get to veto that.
I've been like getting maps from the towns as well.
Yeah, the regional ones.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't send it to Flurry. Where did I send it then? Did
There is an abomination in Shippers General, but I don't think that's anything we can look.
That is the map of the area that you're currently in.
But what is that? There's like a squares in the fog. I don't understand.
There's
on,
land,
what?
and then the transparent area is water.
So we have been sailing down this narrow thingy.
Yes. You've basically gone up and down it twice. Well, not really up and down it all that much.
So they have. So going south, there's no point because the water stops. So we got to go back north and out into the ocean and find something else.
Yep.
So we do that.
That does seem to be the best idea, yeah.
Alright. Traveling fast, traveling carefully, or traveling normal?
I think traveling normal, right?
Well, do we have an idea of whether or not this bay thing is safe?
The understanding is that there's pirates.
Okay, so we travel normally. We'll look out for pirates. I will also
I mean, to be
brief.
fair, considering the captain, the pirate should look out for us.
Hmm.
I will also brief Nia, Flurry, and Tyrain on the ship improvements. Everyone has been told not to go into the treasure room. And Nia would know that it's trapped. The rope ladders on the side of the ship are not to be used, and there's a special rope ladders that are activated with switches. The captain's
Okay.
chamber is not to be entered at any
Who's there?
circumstance. You don't want to know.
I do want to know.
There's no one there.
I'm very curious. Come on.
That's not true.
There is.
The Angel of Death is in there waiting for you.
That's quite accurate.
Is it just trapped? They just trap it?
Pretty much. The anchor requires a special combination to use, which I will show to
Okay.
everyone. Everyone knows to not go into the engine room and do weird things. It's safe to enter. It's not safe to do anything in there.
All right.
There is a special. The pantry has a special drawer of poisoned food and drink, which
Oh,
is not
wonderful.
recommended to be eaten.
Okay.
And the ooze farm is also trapped, so
Okay.
not recommended to enter there. And for now, I'm not showing how to manage that trap to anyone because I'm managing it myself. But I might need help, and then I will show.
Okay.
Basically, the ship is a giant trap.
Okay. Nia is fine with that.
Some ships are warships. Some ships are mimics. This ship's a trap.
Nia will write down everything that you tell her. And she will pretty much spend her time either playing around, studying, training. Or navigating. Because she's a navigator now that the cabin's gone.
I will still need some time to finish all the trap devices and to prepare more supplies for us for our next encounters.
Alright, can I get a navigation check? And then 1, 2, 3, 4d10.
I'll do the descents.
Doing the navigation check. I'm gonna re-roll that. Cool, 34.
Alright.
Hey James, how do you roll the summon spells in Pathfinder? Are they summon creatures that come back to where they came from because the spell has a shorter duration now? Or are they actual creatures you're conjuring and putting under control?
Hold up, just getting you guys a color map. Alright, what was your question, Mia?
The summon spells in Pathfinder last a lot shorter, usually, right? They only last about a minute. You have to sustain
Yes.
them. How do you rule them? Are they spirits you're transforming into the creature, or are they actual creatures you're summoning
They're creatures.
and then putting back? Okay, so with the spell casting that I have, it's limited. I can only do it like once every. When we regain our highest level spell slots again? Week?
Mhm.
Right, so I can only do it once a week, but I will, when I don't think we're gonna be landing or fighting anytime soon, I'm gonna be spending my highest level spell slot to cast Summon Undead. And I'd like to summon a decrepit mummy because it is an intelligent undead. Well, it has an intelligence. It knows a language, but it doesn't have a soul anymore, but nonetheless. And I'd like to ask about, just like, use them as like impromptu teachers, if that makes sense. About the world, history, stuff like that. Religion. I can speak Necro. It's only about a minute a week, but still, it's something that she does to keep herself interested. I'm not assuming this to go anywhere, but it's the sort of thing that I would do in that position, you know? It's free access to intelligent creatures that I can question.
So wait, what are you doing?
Casting Summon Undead once a week to summon a decrepit mummy into a level 2 creature. They can only stay in the ship for like a minute, someone for a minute, and then they leave unless they dispel the spell. In which case, they just leave again. But they do speak Necro, and they are mummies, so they probably know a bit about the history in the world, you know. So once every few weeks, or not every week, but once every few weeks, Nia just spends a minute talking to a mummy. A very weak mummy. It is barely cohesive. That is literally sad, but still, it is better than nothing.
Okay, you are speaking to a creature that does not know anything actually intelligent.
Alright, I do that once, doesn't go anywhere. Cool. Still worth the experiment, you know?
Rain is when the gods please us.
Interesting. Who are the gods? The gods.
Roll me 1d28.
I didn't even know what a 1d28 will look like. What a fucked up
28
representation.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then
20.
20. Salin.
God off?
Waiting for it to load. God of nature and oceans.
Appropriate. Okay, cool. See, that's a little bit of lore. Then I guess instead of talking to a mummy every once in a while, I just study, train, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Fellas, I'm gonna be gone for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I wanna go make myself some popcorn.
Alright, Sabo.
Mm-hmm. That is my name.
You get out of the wide river.
Mm-hmm. And we have to choose a direction.
Yep. You came from left. Would you like to go right?
I guess so. Did we get any information about which direction to go? Any suggestions from?
They've never been left or right. You guys were from further north than they had ever been.
Ah, okay. So we went into the river, and that's where they spotted us.
Yep. They've never gone further out than the wide river.
Okay, well, let's go to the new direction then. Since the old direction is the town we don't want to trade with.
Correct, it's the furthest north red dot that I marked.
Yeah, I still don't see the map.
Oh, I posted in Shippers General.
Okay. And then I might be able to see the map if I go to Shippers General. Ah, perfect. Yeah, let's go to the other side and then explore that coast.
Alright. Roll me 2d10.
A1.
Roll me 1d10.
Oh.
Roll me 1d10 again.
Can't have another one. Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck happens with the fish that Kevin's not here?
It's got a harness, so it's pretty much being pulled by the ship.
But the fish is going to be friendly to us, or?
Friendly because it presumes Kevin's there.
Okay.
Quick AFK, I'll be right back.
So it's tier 2 negative on 8.
Yep.
I'm back.
Alright. Where is Celestia Images? There's Celestia Maps. Gosh darn it. Right. While I'm setting that up, Kevin,
Yes.
you awaken.
Yep.
There is. There is a dreadful smell.
Okay.
You can see dried up, pulverized mints of yourself all over the place.
All right.
Doesn't seem like this creature can digest things. It just smashes it up until there's nothing left.
So, am I still inside of it? Can I tell?
You appear to be.
Okay. Can I see any of my items around?
No. Make me a perception check.
$20.
No. Everything is just coated in blood. You don't know if the items are intact, if they've been shredded beyond all recognition.
Okay. Am I impaled?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of how many spikes there are, it's pretty much impossible for you to regenerate and not be impaled.
Understandable. So I'm just basically in the pit of this thing's insides, surrounded by mincemeat.
Yes.
Wonderful.
By 2 Kevin's worth of mincemeat.
About yes. Is there more than 2 Kevin's worth of mincemeat?
Actually, that would be less. Because some of it, any that are within 5 feet of you, would have been pulled back into you for the regeneration process. So
Okay.
about 1.5 Kevin's worth of mincemeat.
Nice.
So this thing's either not been fed anything but Kevin recently, or there's a way out. Kevin's going to do the cycle of healing himself up and whatnot, and then try to take a look around to see if he can figure out anything at all that would get him out of this situation.
Oh, by the way, can you roll me 2d6?
Yeah. Two and six.
2 is dexterity. I can't remember what 6 is. I think it's charisma. What's the last stat?
Charisma.
Charisma.
Okay, remove 1 from your dexterity and 1 from charisma.
Perfect.
Now, let's see what skill check might be applicable here. Arcane recall knowledge, divine recall knowledge.
By divine, you mean religion?
Sorry, religion.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Anything else?
Knowledge don't die. And maybe survival, but that would be a way higher DC.
Knowledge don't die. That's a nice one. Should take it. All of us.
That's the next lore feat Kevin's gonna have to get, I think. I don't know why that was private.
The ring. If you can find what chunk of meat has the ring.
That's what I told him.
If you don't bother to stop to heal yourself back up to stop the bleeding, you should have one opportunity to try and find the ring before it minces you again.
Then Kevin's gonna heal himself up all the way before he removes himself from the spikes and hope for the best. And he's gonna try exactly that.
Alright. You pull yourself off the spikes. Make me a perception check.
I'm rerolling with advantage.
Okay, at
I'll
least
give
it's only...
Kevin the plus.
Oh, go ahead.
Give Kevin the +5.
Any difficulty you can add to that, Kevin?
You've got your glasses. Oh, you don't have them anymore.
Oh, so yeah, okay, so that would be a 27.
At least it's not a critical failure like it would have been with a 23 or lower. Okay.
I don't think there's anything else I can add to that.
Can you not +5 it?
Roll me
Two thirds?
1d20.
+5 did.
Say again, James.
Roll me 1d20. You want a 20.
I got a 9. Yeah. Can I re-roll that with advantage?
Yes.
Worth a try. Let's go for it. Yeah, I think I only brought D10s today, guys.
How did Kevin die? He forgot his d20 at home.
Yeah.
Well, considering he healed himself to full. Maybe he'll have 2 rounds this time to find the thing. Who knows?
Maybe.
Okay, make me the stealth check.
The stealth check.
Rerolling that with advantage too.
Are you okay?
No! No, he's
No, of course
fucking
he's
not!
not.
He is fucked!
Who did you piss off today?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay, Kevin dies again.
What deity did you piss off today?
I don't know.
Okay, so listen. Normally I'd be like, oh, this was avoidable. This was not. There's nothing you can do if you're rolling that low.
I mean, it's avoidable. You don't touch the blue crystal after you've been told not to
No,
touch
yeah,
it.
but like, if you're in that situation. If you're
Yeah,
in that situation already.
if you're
and
rolling
you're rolling
shit,
that
you're
low.
rolling shit.
Yeah.
Quite unfortunate.
Fucking hell.
I mean, eventually Kevin is gonna make it.
if he doesn't die
He's got-
first.
Another like 5 goes.
Yeah, he's currently level 6 after this third death.
Oh,
So, you know, he's got a few more tries.
Oh, look,
Alright.
I'm not a rookie anymore.
Roll the d20. Because I assume you're trying this again?
Yeah, wait some time so it thinks I'm dead, and then try again.
I don't
Yep.
think like this is the question I have. Last time Kevin waited quite a lot, and the thing still reacted very quickly. Wouldn't it be asleep or something?
It doesn't sleep.
Okay. Very well.
Funnily enough, the only thing that it does that a regular creature does is breathe.
And I'll
Good
try
luck.
that
No, no.
with it. Alright,
It
let's
does
try
attack
that.
Kevin a lot.
It does
Regular
do that.
creatures do also do that.
It
No,
breathes
it
and it tries to
successfully
kill
hits
Kevin.
Kevin. That's not something that other creatures do.
That's correct. Let's try. This is the one that I need the 20 on, right?
Yep.
All right.
But doesn't Kevin get new perception for this? First? Before needing the 20?
Yes, but the perception DC goes up by 1 each time.
And he can't succeed already?
Well, he could, but he would need a 20.
Okay, so there's no point.
Well, actually, I think he needs a
Okay.
19.
And if we're +5, he only needs a 14.
Yep.
I mean, I know he left his
And
good
that requires
dice at
him to
home,
get above a 10.
but he just got a 14.
Did he, though? Did he?
Why is it private again?
He rolled a 14.
Okay, roll for perception check, Kevin.
All right. Advantage. Again.
For the love of all that's holy.
Don't worry. I went from a 5 to a 6.
Well, you spent your 14.
Crunch! Kevin is crushed yet again.
Oh my fucking god.
I don't think God has anything to do with this.
Some god has one of the
Timora is
28.
just standing, pointing, and laughing. What did you do to
So,
offend Timora?
I don't know. I'm assuming I'm gonna need another couple d6s, right?
Yep, 2d6.
Well, the halflings getting avenged.
3 and 5.
I believe 3 is con, 5 is wisdom.
That's correct.
Cool, now you do need a 20.
Well,
For 21.
not a natural 20. We can still get a 16 and plus 5 at.
Yep, a 16 will do.
You hear that,
16
Kevin?
with plus 5.
Come on,
I have a 1
Kevin.
in 4
Roll your
chance.
perception check. It's not a 1 in 4
Find the
chance
ring.
when you're rolling a d12.
Rolling a D Kevin at this point.
Well, that's a modified 16. Let's try that with advantage again.
Oh.
Holy
19!
fuck! You
Oh.
found
I did
the
it, look
ring.
at that.
You see it. You see it. It's on top of a spike. All you've got to do is make it there. Athletics check.
I used the inspiration for that, for the plus 5.
Come on, Kevin.
And since I died, the alchemical augmentation doesn't apply either, correct?
Correct.
I'm advantaging that again.
A good job you have a lot of inspirations, Kevin.
I rolled the same thing.
Okay, Kevin.
Plus 5.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Crunch? I made it, but crunch?
The bad news is crunch. You were not able to pull the ring off the spike. The good news is you're now touching the ring as it's inside of you.
Perfect.
Would you like to attune to the ring?
Of course I would.
Okay, so you wake up after dying yet again. You would like to attune to the ring?
I would like to attune to the ring. After I lose an int.
Kevin could not afford to lose more intelligence. Alright,
Yeah.
what's your wish?
I am gonna spend a DM question on that.
Wish for
I
a
think-
cookie.
I think that's the only smart bet I have. Please
I mean,
hold.
Alright, if you're going to use a DM question on anything, it's probably this.
What's a DM question gonna help here? Like, you wish to be
Teleported to your friends.
teleported back to. Yeah.
Yeah, basically how to wish for safely escaping here and reuniting with my friends, essentially is what I'm looking for, but I'll type that out in a second.
Remember, if you're doing a DM
But I guess
quest,
since
remember
you're
to try
using
and
the-
minimize the harm.
Yeah, use that, because otherwise, like, how to get to your friends is easy. How to do it with this ring and not fuck us all over.
Yeah. Hence the safely.
Yeah. And I guess by safely specify that without causing harm to yourself or your friends, because that ring might just swap positions of you and
Uh-huh.
me. Or probably Nia, because James really prefers Nia to me.
Yeah, fuck Nia.
I'd rather you didn't. She's small, but not that small. She's not gonna feel it.
So, Sabo, You found a
Uh-huh.
town.
Nice. And what's the bad news? It's a town of pirates that are attacking us.
A ton of Fossimars. There's a big sign saying "Welcome to Church of Deus Land."
The town is currently
yeah.
under attack.
By the skeletons?
Us.
No, not by you.
It soon will be.
Is it
That's
under
the
attack by
spirit.
pirates?
So, who lives in the town and who's attacking the town? Quite important information.
A giant skeleton?
What I was wondering. Oh. What could make this day any better?
It appears to be under attack by gnolls.
The little doggos?
Well,
Okay.
they're not exactly little.
Okay.
To be fair,
And
we are little.
who lives in the town that is attacked by gnolls?
Humans.
It appears to be a town of humans and half-elves. And halflings.
Oh, halflings. Okay, let's save him.
That's very funny. There is a single ancient elf in the town. All the half-elves are descended from him.
Oh.
The Rizzler. Anyway, there's halfling here, so we gotta save him.
Okay. Well, let's look at it. Can you describe the situation a bit more, please?
So
Very.
So the ocean side of the town is completely abandoned for the most part right now, as everyone's over on the eastern side fighting off the gnolls. There's probably about 300 of them.
300 gnolls?
Yes,
And how many town peoples?
about 10 times their number. But the fight seems fairly even. There appear to be magical
Okay.
constructs going up all over the place, such as walls of force, barriers of light.
That's the town protecting itself.
Yes. But from the Null side of things, there is also hostile magic being thrown at them.
Does this look a bit higher caliber than what we've had to deal with before?
Yes.
Wait, the gnolls are strong?
Seems that both sides are strong, but maybe we can think of something to shift the tide.
Well, if we flank the humans, the gnolls will...
I mean, ideally, as much as of them on both sides as possible die.
You see an angel flying in the sky.
An angel flying
They're
in the
shooting
sky.
radiant lightning at them, at the Knolls.
Let's help the gnolls.
Why? You have something against angels?
Yes?
What?
Remember the Osimar?
Ah, you're right.
Oh, she
But-
might not hate me on sight anymore, you're right.
Well, I mean, I I rather help the town because I kind of want to trade.
That is true. We might get
This
discounts.
would
Okay, let's
be
have the
a
town.
very, very nice trading town. It's nearby to the whatever nation it's called. But what can we do in this fight? This fucking angel
not-
overhead shooting radiant bolts at the gnolls. We had just a little ship.
James, how far
Yes?
away is the attack from the ocean side?
There's no attack from the ocean side.
I know.
Yeah.
From the ocean side, the attack from the ocean side.
A few hundred feet.
If we
Are we
fire
able-
a cannon into the null line, will it break enough to distract them?
Maybe.
Cool, let's do that.
Well, does our cannon is... So do our ballistas and cannons reach? Because we have at least one ballista?
The ballista
Captain
definitely
Mia
reaches.
and General
The
Sabo.
cannons can reach some of the gnolls, not all of them.
I
Okay, let's go.
suggest... Well, I would suggest we stay a bit further and use the ballista for now in case we draw their attention. I don't want...
Just that I think a cannon bolt would break the line a lot more and cause a bigger impact in the battle rather than just killing gnolls. That makes sense? It's a bigger strategic advantage. That's why I suggested a cannon, not a ballista. It's not about just hitting gnolls, it's about causing their battle line to be broken enough that they lose formation, people break into their lines and start killing them.
Okay. So take the ship.
Just close enough to the cannon, not a single inch closer.
We have 4 cannons, right? And we have 2 on each side. So
Yep, let's use 2 of them.
I guess I'll load the 2 cannons on one of the sides and let Nia take a pass at them.
Yep.
Alright.
But get ready to get the fuck out of here if they turn on the ship. We can't
That's my
take
plan. I'm
much
gonna
of...
shoot, and then I'm gonna get back soon.
Yeah. Okay. Do I have my ooze launching ballista ready?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start launching some of the oozes into the null backline.
Get ooze, loser.
Alright.
What
Yeah.
time is it, by the way?
This is me about halfway through the afternoon.
That's what you do on a Sunday afternoon. Go attack a town. Throw some magic
I mean,
here
to be
and
fair,
there.
let's be real.
Fire, lightning,
It wouldn't be out of character for us.
acid, thunder, cold.
The 6 nations lived in harmony until the Fire Nation attacked.
Alright. So a hellball is launched at the side of a ship.
A
As
what?
we approach, or after we
As you're,
take a
as
shot?
you're blasting.
Uh-huh.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, distance, get go.
Distance? Yep, that
We can't
immediately.
take...
The
How
hellball
much
is a ball of
damage is that?
thunder, fire, acid, cold, and sonic.
Alright.
Well, let's get
Well,
the
it's
fuck away,
good that
James.
we reinforced the ship.
Yep.
Yep.
Even though the ship's reinforced, the hull is actually cracked and is actually taking on a bit of water. It
Okay,
might
distance,
actually be worth it
distance.
to... If you take the ship away, you'll need to either immediately start repairing, rather than continuing in the fight, or you could ram the ship onto the shore and continue attacking.
No,
Can we
I'm
repair it
gonna
fast enough?
I'm gonna let Flurry keep firing the oozes, and because they don't need to be aimed very well. And I'm gonna go try to shore up the ship. We don't want to go onto shore right now.
Yeah, I'm
They're
gonna go
too
help
strong.
Tabo.
You need to pilot the ship to a distance.
Ah, right. Yeah. Okay.
We can't take another one of those.
Alright. Sabi gets to work on repairing, Nia is redirecting the ship, and Flurry is continuing to blast.
She's using the ballista, not the
Yeah,
not the
Yes,
cannon.
yeah,
I'm
long
aware.
range.
After another 15 minutes, the battle appears to be ending. The gnolls are retreating.
All right.
Okay, well, we make sure that they actually retreat before we go into town.
Yep.
Yep, they retreat into the woodline.
Is there a dock to dock?
Not really.
Okay, well, we anchor down and take a boat.
At this point, it should be night, right? So yeah.
No. This was only about half an hour later. Alright.
While after we repair, I'm going to restock the terrariums with small oozes and give them food so they can start regrowing.
Do you want to try giving the users vampire blood?
No. Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I don't think I'm not very interested in vampire oozes.
Voozes.
I'll just start regrowing the oozes with.
Speaking of, this is a good time for me to make my first vampire.
No.
Remember that when we talked about the reanimating a vampire, interrogating them, then burning them immediately? You don't want to? Okay.
Up to you, but
Oh, so just thought it might be good to get information on the gnolls.
let's see if the town already knows something about
True.
these gnolls. Might not need any interrogation.
That is true. All right, let's go in turn. Let's go mingle. I swear to God, if the angel was real, I'm gonna kill myself.
For not helping the gnolls.
If it's real, we are.
That would be metagaming. We don't do that.
Metagaming, meta shaming. All things are worth it for a certain price.
So, we get into town?
You start getting close to town,
Yeah.
and an arrow slams at your feet, and then the arrow vanishes and someone appears in front of you.
Oh, hello?
Hi.
Hello. You helped us out. What's with that?
Yes. Fuck you, me. What's with that? Do we need a reason to help people out now?
More often than not, people need a reason.
Yeah, well, no,
Okay,
we're not
well-
assholes.
You got a reason to hate the gnolls?
No, we saw town getting attacked. We came here to trade. We thought, hey, we should probably not let these people get absolutely murdered. Sure, you
So
seem
you're
to have
actually
a
good
good handle
people.
on it, but
We are traders / explorers. Yes, we're looking
we
for
try.
friends. A town on the shore seems a better ally for us than some warring gnolls.
And also, let's not make a habit of letting random towns get attacked by random ass monsters. That's bitch behavior. What do you mean? What's the deal with that? What's with this fucking place?
Hey, I've had to deal with some pretty messed up people.
Oh, tell them to go eat shit. Jesus Christ. Do people just let the others be attacked here?
You try not to make a
Yeah,
habit
why are
of
you
it.
surprised that people try to butcher you, literally? Now you're surprised.
Well, yeah, but I was a bit hopeful that it was gonna be like an individual human thing and not just a cultural worldwide thing, but nope.
You see the angel land and place his hand on the guy's shoulder. I've got it from here.
Oh no.
Hello?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Hi, I'm Aiden.
Hi, Aiden. I'm Saba.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hello.
Thank you for your help. None of you were injured, were you?
No.
No, well, we're okay.
That's great to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Why were they attacking? What's going on here?
They've been trying to take our town for nearly a year now.
Oh, so this is a recurring situation.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks to your help, we were able to break their line a bit quicker this time.
Was it the cannon bolt?
What's the cannon? What's a cannon?
Was it the cannon bolt? The big ball of steel.
Yeah. How did you do that, by the way? What spell was that?
Was not a
well,
spell.
it's a mechanical device that fires. Think of it like a huge crossbow that fires balls instead of
So
ballista
technomancy.
arrows. I wouldn't call it magic, but sure, whatever.
Like a
Mia's very
trebuchet?
proud of her. Yes,
Kind
like a
of.
portable trebuchet. Yes, well, portable-ish. It's on a ship.
I see. Whatever it is, I thank you for it.
It is no problem. As long as it helps.
It made quite the difference.
Wonderful.
Well, would we be welcome to visit the town and
Of course.
trade?
Neat. Look at
Come with me. I'll help you get
Okay.
set up.
that. Okay.
Thank you.
You don't have to worry about the boat. If anyone touches it, they'll have me to answer to.
Okay. Hey, James, do I feel unreasonably pissed off at this person?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Look at me being undead. Alright, let's go.
Anchor down, take terrain to trade.
Leave Flurry to watch the ship, right? I'm gonna take Todd Howard.
So these attacks, you say they've been going on for like a year, and where are these gnolls coming from? Did you try to end the threat for good in some way?
They come from a ravine about a day and a half away from town.
Inside
So
the ravine?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We've tried to end it for good, but our siege didn't go well. We just don't have enough offensive capabilities.
I wonder if you can collapse the ravine on top of them.
We don't have magic powerful enough to do that. Plus, with their spellcasters, we think they might just be able to open it up or shield themselves.
They did seem to have powerful spellcasters.
Yeah, they've got, I think, 8 of those ones at our last count.
And these engagements, do they usually end up with casualties?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a shame. I am sorry for the loss of this town.
At the current rate that they're wearing us down, we expect to be able to last another 2 years at most.
Oh, we can't
What about them?
have that.
There's more of them
cannot
at each
last them?
clash.
Oh. Something.
How long usually is the interval between the attacks?
Difficult to say. Usually at least a month. Though not always. We did have 2 that were back to back, only a week apart.
Hey. You have crafters in the town?
Yeah, we do.
Oh. Well, I'd really like to help. I'm a crafter myself. I specialize in
What we need more than
trap
anything right now
making.
is metal. If you've got metal and you're willing to sell it, we'll buy it.
We do, right? Hicks?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that
We
do.
have quite a lot of scrap metal, and we can definitely bring in more.
The scrap metal was sold off so that you could buy ingot bars. That being
Okay,
said,
so
you've got a
we
fuck ton of
definitely,
ingot bars.
yeah.
This
We
guy's going
have
to buy
metal,
out
and
your
we
entire stock at 50% above market.
So he's
well,
gonna pay us more?
Yeah, 50% more.
Alright.
if we can ship in more from the Celestial place.
Yep.
We can make metal deliveries every couple of. I think it's 6 weeks for us. 30 days, one-way journey.
No, it was 6. It was more than that.
I rolled 6 dice.
Either way, it is possible for us to make supply runs back and forth.
Oh, just 34 days. Never mind. Looked like it would be further.
Um. That's
I will. Hey, this is interesting. This is a good business opportunity, right? As long as they have money for us, it is probably worth the time spent traveling back and forth to get metal, to buy metal, come back here, sell metal, and increase value. Go back, use
Yes,
profit to buy metal, blah blah.
Even
for
if you're just
now,
selling it at market rate, because they're buying out your entire stock, that would be worth it.
for now, it's definitely worth. And we have the time to perhaps build some things while I have time to build some things while we travel back and forth to increase the value for the town. The question is what?
Perhaps cannons and ballistas.
That's the defensive thing, and the problem with cannons is the red powder is not easy to come by. Ballistas, they have the crafters of their own, but I could be making ammunition. I'm thinking something more specialized.
Do they often travel in the direction of the ravine?
We don't know. It's too heavily fortified.
Could we not then
By the knolls?
cut the path?
By the gnolls. We would need to make a siege force to actually try and do that.
Maybe we should work on that eventually.
So a trip there and back would be 110 days.
Is that worth the profit we make per tiering?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best we can hope for if we can stock up in one place, unload in another place.
Each of you are effectively making
what-
9 gold a day. Just in
That is
individual payments.
spectacular.
And can we? Does the town have something they want to sell as well, so we can take it back as well? What's this town called?
Put in the map.
Let me check. Vordale? The forest that the gnolls are currently in is called Fawnsvale.
I will say. Quite a conundrum. How have these gnolls gotten so strong?
We don't know.
Fair enough.
What are their fortifications made out of?
Mostly wood.
All right. Uh, Interesting. We want to help you.
Right.
Thank you.
It is the literal least we could do.
The guy speaks a prayer.
Nia makes a face. But he can see it because she's wearing a mask. What prayer is he speaking? Is it in divine? Because I speak divine.
It's inhuman. Sorry, just looking for it. No fucking way.
What? Oh, he's a cleric of day, isn't he?
O shade, protector of the fair, guide my hand in justice and my heart in mercy. Shield the innocent and grant me strength to uphold the balance. That I walk your path with honor and grace. By your tusks I stand firm in defense of the truth.
I feel a disturbance in the force.
Who's this shade fellow?
He is the god I serve.
Well, I hope it's worth it for you.
When we fight the battles of man, he fights the battles of fate.
Well, certainly sounds like a very reasonable fellow, with all the fairness and justice. I'll tell you what. Is it reasonably safe for me to go out of the city to where the battle was? I would like to take a look at some of the opposition, see what they're working with.
Enough.
All right. I'm gonna grab like a big bunch of traps with me.
All right. The weapons
Grab
seem
like
no weapons seem to be wood and bone of +3 quality.
Oh, I'm gonna
They seem to
collect
have
it.
temporary enchantments
Same.
imbued into them.
Temporary?
Yes.
How temporary?
They last a month from the day they are cast.
What does a temporary enchantment cost?
You don't know, you've never seen them before.
Okay.
You should probably research that.
Uh, if I use my crafting to try and identify this enchantment, can I do that, or is it an Arcana only? I also have Arcana, the same rank pretty much.
Crafting should actually be able to do it.
Okay.
I think crafting might just be a bit of a higher DC, like 4 higher.
Yeah, well, Arcana is better because it's only 2 lower.
Alright.
I'm going to designate these gnolls as my next investigation. Oh my god, it's a 2.
That's okay, it's only a tier 2 enchantment. That's a success.
Okay.
Human Bane.
Interesting. Their weapons have been primed to hurt humans, but it was something temporary. Haven't seen something like this before. Do I think the +3 quality of the weapons is permanent, or is it also part of an enchantment?
Permanent.
These are gonna sell by a bunch, right?
I mean, I'm assuming this town has weapons of +3 or higher quality itself, so it doesn't really have any use of this.
Correct.
Well,
Though
it should
considering this
collect.
item was enchanted, it means that it was crafted at Masterwork +5.
Yeah, but it's not going to become +5 after the enchantment goes,
Correct,
right?
it won't.
Yeah. So we'll like, this town has no use for these weapons, but we'll collect a full hold, I suppose, of however much we can, because other towns can use +3 items.
Yep.
The guy places his hand
I
on
like-
your shoulder when you're starting to collect them.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're going to be taking those, then you're going to have to buy them from the town. We'll give
Yes,
you a
of
fair
course.
rate for them. But they're the spoils
buy
of
some.
war.
Of
That is
course,
okay.
of course.
Would you mind if I took? Well, we can buy them, but would you mind if I took one for a friend of mine on the side?
You asking the guy
Mm,
or
mm.
Shade? Sorry,
Yeah,
are you
him.
asking the guy?
No, I'm asking the guy. Yeah. I'm not sure if Blade
you
likes me buying a
purchase it,
weapon and
that's
then bringing it
fine.
to him. James, I'm not sure if Blade's fine with him buying weapons and bringing it to him if I have to loot them.
Blade will take whatever weapons you give him.
Oh, then okay, we can just buy them. Cool.
Do they also have armor, these gnolls, and shields?
They were armorless, but they did have shields.
Also 3 quality?
These are only 1 quality.
Okay, so no, nah, fuck that. So let's take. I don't know how much we're going to
And
be
they're
able to
bucklers.
sell. Yeah, I don't know how much we're going to be able to sell. So I don't know. Let's take not too many since we're buying
Yeah.
them from the town. Unless Tyrain thinks that we can sell. How much does Tyrain think we can sell these?
The weapons, though they're bone, should still sell for a fair price. He's already got a buyer in mind for them. The shields are worthless to us, though.
Okay.
They
Well,
might actually
I'll
be
let-
worth it as bone material rather than anything else.
For the price of a +3 weapon?
No, for the shields.
Well,
Yeah, right.
I can use bone for my traps, so I suppose. But I won't be paying a lot for the material itself, and we'll take the weapons off you. We'll be back with steel in a couple of months. Would you say it's okay if I help out a little more? And I'm really not a fan of these gnolls attacking your nice town, and I set up some of my traps to help you on your next defense.
We'll take whatever help you can offer.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll. They generally come from this direction.
No, they came from this direction the last time. The only direction they've not come from is the water.
So they generally come from any direction except the water.
Yeah.
I see. That makes it a little bit more tricky. I'll tell you what. I'm going to trap this thicket over here, this area of the forest, and then if they come, you could lure them in there if they come from a different direction and get a bit of an advantage that way.
All right, thank you.
I'll just set up 50 of them around a small area. I'm gonna spend time crafting out of, and yeah, I guess I'll if they sell me for cheap wood and bone, I'll take it to craft more traps.
All right.
And yeah, is there anything else you'd like to do in this town?
I'd like to spend some time familiarizing myself with the people. Since you're gonna spend some time setting traps and stuff.
Just an afternoon.
That's enough.
But yeah, after that, oh, I did want to ask you of one of more favor. The knoll, the knoll's not too far. Yeah, never mind. We can do that next time, I guess. But yeah, after doing the traps, I'll join you in the city then.
All right. While traveling through the town, you really start to notice that there's far more females than there are males.
I would like to ask one of them about it.
A lot of the males signed up for going after the siege. Most of them didn't return. Now
My
there's
condolences.
about 2 females for every single male of this town.
Is that going to be a problem for the population in the future?
Should equalize after a few centuries.
That is good. Well, I'm gonna also see if they sell any interesting looking weapons. They don't have to be magical, I think, just swords that I think you can trade with blade. They can be trash for all I care. Just gotta look interesting. And I'm gonna talk to Aiden.
Alright.
Okay, cool. Let's go. I believe both my weapons are, I believe, +3 already. So.
Alright, Sabo, so what are you doing?
I'll set my traps. I'll collect a couple of null bodies to go with me for investigations. I'll have Tyrion purchasing the weapons as much as he sees fit. And I'm gonna join Nia in the town, maybe the tavern.
Let's socialize, baby.
Get a feel for what kind of people live in the city and what their story is. What was the city before everything went to shit?
Yep. It's also would be very good for us to get a general feel for what the culture here is.